Hey everybody, Jacob from Fever Dream here. Before we get into today's video, I would suggest leaving if you care about spoilers for My Hero Academia, also possibly the Vigilantes spin-off series. I'm going to go into some very light spoilers there, I believe, so if you care about any of that, please take a moment to leave. Maybe leave a like too, just cause you want to and you like me. Anyways, My Hero Academia, I've got some things to complain about. Well, maybe not complain about, but just mention in passing as something that bothers me. Almost every hero that we see in My Hero Academia has powers. I say almost every hero. Every hero in My Hero Academia has a quirk. We've got Deku, who obviously started the series out with no quirk, but everybody else has a quirk, at least if they are a hero. Of course, we see in the series that I believe it's like about 80% of the population has a quirk, so that's not entirely unusual. The majority should have quirks, and most people who are ending up in the hero courses, especially UA, they're gonna have quirks. That makes sense. My issue is with the strength that people have. Like normal people. I can accept that having a quirk would give you some level of resistance or durability to those kinds of powers. Besides Todoroki, you would expect someone who has ice powers to be somewhat resistant to ice and to extreme cold, right? Of course, Todoroki was designed specifically with that in mind. I say designed. I mean, it was kind of designed. Endeavor's a freak. Anyways, you would expect that of a character with that kind of powers. Or like Sugar Rush or someone with super strength. You would expect them to have more powerful bone density so that they are able to withstand that kind of strength being actually exerted on their physical body. But that's not true of everybody. Obviously, that's a big part of the beginning of the show, how Deku has one for all, and he's not able to withstand the strength that he's displaying, and so he breaks all of his limbs all the time. However, these people are freakishly strong. Like at the beginning of the series, before Deku has one for all, he hauled a K-truck up a pile of trash on a beach. Like, K-trucks are small. I don't want to lift weights on the beach. In the sand? That's crazy. But okay, whatever. Sure, he's doing that. But then you have to remember, like I said before, he's breaking his bones every time he actually uses the power for the first couple of arcs. So, until he gains the ability to not rip himself apart, most of what he's doing is purely under his own strength. He's explicitly not using One For All for most of the beginning of the hero courses. He's just using his own strength. And that's Deku. He's got some protagonist stuff going on. But that's true of a lot of other people. Eraserhead is a really, really great hero. And his only power is shutting down other people's quirks, which is incredibly good, obviously incredibly useful, but it doesn't enhance his fighting prowess. It doesn't let him be a better fighter or help beat people up. It doesn't explain how his scarf works. That's just anime logic for you, I guess. Most heroes have their quirks, but on top of that, they're incredibly good fighters. Endeavor has crazy great fire powers. Just because he has fire manipulation abilities doesn't make him shredded like he is. It's absolutely insane. Gnomos are genetically engineered to be just absurdly strong. And these regular dudes, presumably, who got that big without steroids, I mean, maybe there's some steroids involved, I wouldn't doubt it, are just going toe-to-toe to him. With their quirks, of course, but that doesn't help you in a full-on fist fight. And all of that is fine. I can suspend my disbelief for a second or perhaps the entire series. But where I get a little bit annoyed or at least confused is why there's no heroes at all within this world who don't have powers, right? If that's the amount of physical strength that a regular person is able to exhibit without using a quirk to enhance their strength specifically, then why isn't somebody out here just doing it anyways? Of course, they might have difficulty getting registered or getting into a class or a program for it, but be a vigilante, Which brings us to My Hero Vigilantes, where I believe the only hero without a quirk is. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, comments, but Knuckle Duster, who feels like the Batman of the My Hero Academia universe, is just a dude who punches people real good. And he doesn't have a quirk, and he's incredible, and I really like Knuckle Duster. But, of course, through, you know, some things in the story that I don't want to go super into, it's just light spoilers on this, but like, some things are revealed about his character and his past that kind of lessens that for me. You got characters like Stars and Stripes, who's obviously like hugely powerful, but she's out here jumping between fighter jets without explicitly allowing herself to do so with her quirk. She's just jumping around, going like Mach 3 as just a person in the air. These people should be dead. Either these people should be dead, or we should let some people without powers get super ripped and fight some people. And I think it's especially confusing when you consider the original concept for Deku's character. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he was supposed to be quirkless throughout the entire story, and instead he would be using support items in order to enhance his strength and put him on a fighting level with everyone else. But no, we just ended up with superpower Deku who breaks his arms until he doesn't, and not a single other person gets buff enough to fight someone unless they have a quirk. So that's where I'm at. I don't know what the point of this video was. I just wanted to point out some things about My Hero Academia now that it's gone. In any case, thank you so much for watching and listening to me ramble for a little while. This is very free form. I'm just going on, so it may have been a little bit confusing. In any case, I hope to see you guys in 2 weeks when my next video comes out. And in the meantime, I would very much appreciate it if you would drop a like and maybe subscribe so that you'll get notified of that. So I will see you guys all next time. Bye!